Here's the chapter one, and we will see ecology. Ecology is the study of relationship between an organism and how it interact with that environment. This is called as ecology. Basically, environment is divided into environment is divided classified into two groups: biotic components and abiotic components. Biotic word is always used when we are concerned about the living organisms. So when we are concerned with the life, when we study about the living things present in the environment, these are called as the biotic components. Okay, so when we are concerned with the living organisms or biotics, what are they? Anything that breathe in, anything that deals with the consumption of oxygen is coming under the category of the biotic components. So plants, animals, human, everybody in the environment, this like which is breathing in, is called as biotic component. Now, what are the abiotic components, and still we need them for our survival? Are they could be the minerals, they could be different like soil, atmosphere, layer of gases surrounding us, who is responsible or taking part in building up of our environment, is called as the abiotic component. So basically there are two types of components present in the building up of the environment: biotic component and abiotic components. When it comes to the biotic components, they are the living things. Abiotic components are the non-living things present in the environment. Both biotic and abiotic components of an environment are interrelated. We need minerals for our survival. We need enzymes in our body for our survival, and they need us. So everybody is interdependent upon each other. No, nothing can survive in a single. Singly, we both need partnership of biotic and abiotic components for our survival. Now, simply the system of interaction and interdependence between the biotic and abiotic components of the environment is called as ecosystem. So there are two major factors who built up the ecosystem: biotic and abiotic components. Both are interrelated to build up the environment. So and this is called as the ecosystem. There you can see in this natural cycle, this speaks simply, biotic components of the environments are present in the abiotic components of the environment are present in the biotic one. So these two are interrelatable. Obviously, human body or other living organisms, we are the biotic components, and when these minerals are present inside the living organisms, we can say that they are staying or lying or proceeding in the biotic components. So abiotic components are again minerals, potassiums present in the human body, the muscles, the organs, and how we are surviving in, they are present in the abiotic component. So that's it till this point. Yeah. So in an ecosystem, the matters like in an ecosystem, the abiotic matters like gases such as carbon dioxide, which is present in our body, water present in our body, different factors, we cannot live without them. So when we are interacting with each other, it means we are interdependent upon each other. So transport of energy into different forms, the energy actually itself is a non-living thing, is an abiotic thing, but how is it helping? It is helping us, the non-living organisms like us, to survive. So basically we are producing energy by using certain gases, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. We want it, we need it for our survival. If we are not having this energy, we will die basically. So in this topic, we have seen that ecosystem. What is ecosystem? It was the dependency or linkage between biotic and abiotic components. Then we have seen what the biotic components are. They are the living organisms. They are life dependent upon the organism. They are those like components who actually depend upon respiration. That is how. Again, when it comes to the abiotic components, these are those components who are non-living. They don't need oxygen, they don't need respiration activity to do. Next thing is how these two are interconnectable, they're interrelatable. So, in an ecosystem, the abiotic matters like carbon dioxide and water were present, they are consumed by the biotic factors. So, water, carbon dioxide, it was the abiotic, but it was consumed for the survival of the biotic organisms. Okay, after the point they use those biotic components to convert into the food. Transport of energy of different organisms of the biotic components are food chains. It's one of the most important functions of an ecosystem basically. So when it comes to the different factors of the like they use those minerals for performance of their activities. How? We will study there is a thing called as ATP or energy molecule. We will extract energy from those dead organisms and then we are going to consume it for our survival. So in an ecosystem facilitates the transport of different minerals in a cyclic way. Moving ahead, this carbon and oxygen cycle is that when an organism dies, it releases certain gases out of his body, and then remaining group or remaining those who are alive now, they are going to use those oxygens or gases for their survival. So we can say that interdependency is collecting or grabbing or extracting molecule from one organism and inserting it into the body of other organisms for their survival purposes. This is the interlinkage between biotic and abiotic factor. We can have two questions out of this topic. What is the difference between biotic and abiotic factors or components? And we can answer it as biotic components are those who are dependent upon oxygen. They need oxygen, they breathe in, even they can do respiration. They are the living creatures such as humans and animals. Abiotic components are those who are non-living. They can't respire, such as certain gases, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. Next thing would be what is the how biotic and abiotic components are inter dependent upon or interrelatable upon each other. So we can say that both are hard. Even biotic factors are not survivable without abiotic components, and even abiotic components are also useless in the absence of the biotic components. When it comes to the biotic components, they need minerals. They even the organs when they're inside the human body are not living, but they help us to live properly. Okay. Next thing is when it comes to the enzymes, even enzymes present in the human body or even other organisms are abiotic, but they are necessary for the survival of biotic components. And even no matter gases are present in atmosphere, there should be some consumer as well. So if environment keep on producing gases, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc., it doesn't they are useless until unless there could be some consumers, because in absence of the biotic factors or in absence of the biotic components, if gases keep on producing, they will not be used, and even they will be upon like unavailability of consumers or unavailability of biotic factors or components, those gases will become used to enhance or increase the atmospheric temperature, and it will also be not good for the environment. That's it till this. The next topic would be a carbon and oxygen cycle. When it comes to carbon and oxygen cycle, in this particular cycle, we will see how these two elements are transported in the through the entire environment. So first we got carbon and oxygen. They are the two basic elements. They are essential to life. Obviously, even human skeleton or bones of us are made by the carbon. When it comes to oxygen, we need it for breathing in, breathing out, breathing out. We need it. Okay. After that, there are essential minerals. They are necessary they are naturally present in the atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide and gases. How are they present? We, the human, we need oxygen to be taken into us. We need oxygen for our breathing purpose. And when it comes to trees consume what we excrete, what we breathe out is carbon dioxide. And when it comes to the plants, they are going to intake carbon dioxide. So we both are taking, okay, so plants produce oxygen as a result of their photosynthesis, and when it comes to the human, we produce carbon dioxide. So they are going to intake carbon dioxide for their breathing, you could say that, and we are going to intake oxygen what they excrete. So we are interdependent upon each other. Now they constantly circulate between the environment and living organisms in cyclic way. When plants prepare food in photosynthesis, they take they take carbon from the atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide. So when it comes to the plants prepare food as a result of photosynthesis. But the photosynthesis is, it is simply a reaction between carbon dioxide, a reaction between when oxygen combines in a way that it will give rise to a food product which is called as glucose. Glucose is what? It is the food of plant. So the first point we have learned over here, that plants are going to produce their food, and as a result of that process they are going to release oxygen, and we are going to consume oxygen. Now what are they going to do? We just excrete, or we when we breathe out, it's like when I am exhaling, I am releasing carbon dioxide. Plants are going to take that carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide will combine with water. What carbon dioxide is? It is CO2. That CO2 will be attaching or combining with water. Upon its combination with water, it gives rise to glucose. This molecule is called as glucose, which is C6H12O6. Then it will give us oxygen as well. So it is a process when they are going to combine with each other. This process, when plant ends up with the production of a glucose molecule, by using six molecules of water to combine with the six molecules of carbon dioxide. When these combine, they give rise to this is process of photosynthesis, and that is how different gases are naturally transported between the atmosphere or environment. Now they constantly circulate between environment and living organism in a cycle way. How? You can see that there is a sun. Sun is throwing up energy. Plants need sunlight for the production of their food, which is called as glucose, and giving us oxygen. So when sunlight reaches plant, or when sunlight falls at plant, plants are going to use carbon dioxide to combine with water. These two react with each other. When they combine with each other, they give rise to glucose plus oxygen. Glucose, they will store that glucose inside them for the later usage, and oxygen is released into atmosphere, which we consume for breathing purposes. Okay, next point they move ahead is like, okay, when tree released gases, or maybe when tree, let's say, died, they got to decompose. Decompose means that the conversion of body into the dead organic material, which is already dead, into further simplified form. So when the tree decompose, they convert themselves into fossils. Now these fossils are going to be utilized by the different factories as a form of combustion. Combustion is the burning process in the presence of oxygen. This is called as the combustion process. Okay, from fossil fuel combustion, the produced gas is carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide is then released into atmosphere, and when it is released into atmosphere, again it is consumed by the tree. Also, how carbon dioxide is added into the atmosphere, even burning process will release carbon dioxide into atmosphere. Animals will release carbon dioxide into atmosphere. That is how the cycle have to go on. Next point is, when plants prepare food in photosynthesis, they take in carbon from the atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide. So they take carbon from atmosphere, which is thrown up into atmosphere as a result of certain reactions. They give up oxygen and carbon into atmosphere, and then they take oxygen from atmosphere. These two will be combined, and they will give rise to oxygen. Oxygen to got combined with carbon. Upon their combination or reactivity, they give rise to carbon dioxide. The process they in this process of energy transformation, or like glucose formation or photosynthesis, they will release oxygen. We, the living creatures, we will use oxygen for our breathing purposes. That is how carbon and oxygen is transported from atmosphere to living, from non-living to living, and vice versa. Plants are autotrophs. They prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Next process is, all plants and animals respire. Like we respire, we intake oxygen. They respire to get energy. That could be also called as the food process of their food production. During respiration, they take in oxygen from photosynthesis, and they produce or release carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. So they intake from one side and they return it to atmosphere in the other form. Similarly, during decomposition and combustion means burning in the presence of oxygen. Combustion of biomasses, which what biomass is, it is simply matter of the dead bodies. So when there is a matter of dead bodies present, the oxygen gas present in atmosphere is used, and the carbon of biomass is released into the atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide. So we can say that the combustion of biomass is there, the burning of matter of dead bodies basically. Next point would be, they would be releasing oxygen gas, which was present in the atmosphere, which is then added to the atmosphere, and then they're going to take it from it. It is then used. Carbon came by the burning of biomasses. So when they keep on burning, they keep on releasing carbon into atmosphere. Then that carbon will burn with the, or it will combine with the oxygen. When these two gases combine, they give rise to carbon dioxide, and when they give rise to carbon dioxide, we can save it. Okay, here is a cycle given on. Here is a cycle. What is it? See, when there is a cow in the thing number 4.3, that cow is like how oxygen is transported. Simply, that cow is intaking oxygen. Even first process, it starts with the plant. You can write plant, just there is no need to draw the plant produces oxygen during photosynthesis. Now when plant produces oxygen during photosynthesis, these oxygens would be combining, it would simply it is added to the atmosphere. As a result of certain reactions, those oxygen will be breathing, and it will be taken in by the different living creatures. Just like a cow over here, it will intake oxygen from the atmosphere, and then when it comes to its exhalation or its expiration, it releases carbon dioxide. So that it will deliver carbon dioxide to the that particular to the trees. Then trees intake it, and they are going to combining with the water. There you can see here is an like a carbon dioxide is being taken by the plant, and as a result it is producing oxygen. So So in the next lecture, we will see this brain teaser about fossil fuels, and we will move ahead to the next lecture in the topic 1.2 energy flow in the ecosystem. Till then, hit like, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Thank you.